This is June 092's group project with Christina Jones, Patrick McHugh, Jason Meyer, Devin Nunnally, and Adriel Pridgeon. Our unifying concept is staying ahead of the competition. Our iMovie theme is Film Strip.
Will be talking about how to stay ahead of the competition in digital cinematography. For me, staying ahead of the competition in cinematography is a lot like staying ahead of the competition in photography. It involves going to conferences where not only do you get to learn a lot about what's coming up in the future, but you can learn new tips, tricks, skills from people. One of the best things are the expos or the trade shows where a lot of new products are introduced. You get to meet the manufacturer reps. You get to test new equipment, play with things, try it out, all that kind of stuff. And then I would also practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice lets you learn new techniques, new ways of doing things. You always have to try out your new equipment and play with it. That's what I call it. So you go out and you see, what it can do, what it can't do. So practicing is one way to stay ahead, especially since the technologies are changing so fast. It's always something new coming out. The third way that I would stay ahead of the competition would be through networking. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, just your local organizations, learning who's in your town, what services are in your town, um, the experts, the people that have been in the field, and the new people coming in the field. That's all for me. Bye.
Competition is something that you always have to be aware of and need to be successful at staying ahead of if you want your business to do well. There are several ways to stay ahead of the competition. One way to stay ahead of the competition is to plan for the future. Countless businesses look at how their company is doing rather than what the company is going to do. Instead of focusing on how sales were last quarter or last year, you need to be focusing on what your company is going to be doing in the next quarter or the next year or the following years to increase those sales that you're having now. The true fate of a company lies in its future and not its past. Another thing someone can do to stay ahead of the competition is to obsess about his or her competition. Even though your operation could be extremely smooth, if you don't put some focus on not just bettering yourself, but making yourself better than your competition, you won't be able to succeed. You need to focus on how you can target your business to react and deal with your competitors' actions. Knowing how your competition runs will make you have a very successful business. One more thing you can do is always be setting new goals. You can set goals and check up on them and see how you're doing on them and see what you can do to help make those goals. Always be setting new goals and persevere to be better than your competition. If you have a goal and the tools to accomplish them, there's no reason as to why you can't succeed.
Staying ahead of the competition nowadays as a writer has become quite simple. With software programs like Final Draft, as an example, the software actually kind of reads your brain. When you type the first scene and press enter, it automatically assumes that character comes next. And also, side notes are available. So once your draft is composed and you send it to editors, the side notes are visible, which could be quite the advantage. With sites like OIED.org, offering millions of sites with information and social sites like Facebook, YouTube, and the like, information gathering has moved to a whole new life. so it's easy to process what you get, and it's a lot more to offer, giving you an upper hand on the competition.
Hello, and I am Adriel. This is my podcast on staying ahead of the competition, and I am a recording arts major, so it's almost like staying ahead of the recording arts competition, in my opinion. But here are 3 things I need to stay ahead of the competition: dedication, dependability, and creativity. First, I'm going to talk about dedication. You basically have to be dedicated to staying knowledgeable in changes in technology or upcoming trends. And with a site like Diigo, you can do this. You can track down all of your informative sites. You have sites like musicradar.com, it's a music technology site, or billboard.com, it's a music charts site. So basically, it lets you stay ahead of the curve by grouping your informative sites together. Now we're going to talk about dependability. You basically have to dedicate yourself to being dependable. This means taking criticism, being a good friend, and being reliable and confident enough to give good constructive criticism back. And with a site like Wigio, you can do all of this. You can collaborate as a group. You can give feedback online about your group project. It's great. Lastly, I will talk about creativity. A lot of people say they have it. I'll leave it up to them. But me personally, thing that gives me a creative edge is an app called Madomi Ultra. You can put random lyrics or hum the tune of any song, and Madomi will track it down for you. You can also make your own sounds for music. Isn't that great? Bye.